WGOP. What's going on, Pittsburgh? In this video is a press conference held by the mayor. Who is speaking is Duquesne Light Director of Communications, Matt Neinstein.
Support, appreciate it. In the wake of a successful marathon yesterday, I'm happy to report that we're on the home stretch of our restoration process from the April 29th storm, with the finish line in sight. As of 3 p.m. today, 96% of City of Pittsburgh customers who lost service as a result of the April 29th storm have been restored. In our overall service area, that number is 98%. That is a tremendous credit to our crews in the field, the nearly 600 contractors who have come in to provide mutual assistance with us, our teams in the Operations Center and Customer Service Center, and everyone else in the company who has pitched in during this extraordinary time. In total numbers, you heard the mayor talk about the number of people still without service. A few hundred of those are in Beaver County, most of the rest are in Allegheny County. We expect to see that number to drop to about 6,500 people without power by the end of today. I want to take a moment to note that the outage map on our website shows total outages in our area, including those that occurred after the April 29th storm as a result of subsequent weather events or other factors. So for example, at 3 p.m. that map noted that 16,600 customers were without power. That number is several thousand lower for outages due to the April 29th storm. So just want to be clear about that. As we get closer to the finish line, we are addressing more and more of those single customer outages or smaller clusters of outages, like 5 customers or less. Understanding what will be required to restore their service can take more time, as can the actual repairs. That being said, we remain confident that the vast majority of our customers will have service restored by our initial global estimated time of restoration of 11 p.m. Tuesday, May 6th, tomorrow. We have been developing more specific ETRs for municipal areas since Sunday, and will continue to do so through tomorrow evening. As we develop those ETRs, they will be communicated to the customers who are affected. I also have to acknowledge this evening's incoming weather and note that some of these times may change depending on how severe this weather is and whether any more damage occurs. Contrary to some misinformation that has been circulating, we have enough equipment and materials to complete a full restoration. I repeat, we have enough equipment and materials to get the job done. To give you an idea, by the end of this week, we will have replaced nearly 300 poles. In a year, we do 2,000. We also expect to have used 250,000 feet of wire and nearly 250 transformers replaced. This was a storm of a scale we have never dealt with before. I also want to reiterate that customers should look to our website, DuquesneLight.com, our social media channels, or their elected officials for accurate information regarding the storm and the restoration process. We genuinely appreciate the community's patience as we work. The outpouring of support from our elected officials, business partners, community pillars like the Steelers, and individual customers has been truly inspiring. Thank you. We appreciate the support from our elected officials, and we share their concerns for their constituents. We will continue working with Representative Steele and other elected officials as part of our normal review and evaluation of our performance to this event and afterward. That's something that we believe in as a company, continuous improvement, and this will be a part of that.
I got one more. Okay, my last one. There's viewers who have called us saying that they're seeing out-of-town crews at their locations where they live, and they're telling them that they can't do the work because of the union violation. Does Duquesne Light have an answer to that response?
All of our contractors on site are union. They agree to terms like rates, terms and conditions, things like that when they come to work for us. And I can't speak to anybody else who's had a problem with it, but all of our workers from out of town are union workers.
Matt, in this situation here, and then perceivably more storms in the future that compromise the power of residents, how does Duquesne Light establish a priority in what areas are addressed first? Is it about population, density of customers? Give us an idea of what your protocol is.
Yeah, so it's a good question, Charlotte. Thank you. We don't go by area necessarily. We don't look at it in terms of municipalities or boroughs or anything like that, our order of restoration goes with public safety hazards first. So clearing down wires, down poles, all of clearing those reports. After that, we go to safety critical infrastructure, so hospitals, police stations, senior care centers, dialysis centers, places like that. After that, we go to major circuits. The more customers we can turn on faster. So if one worker can turn on 5,000 customers, that's where he or she is going to focus as opposed to a smaller amount. As we get here closer to the end, we're down to those single customer outages that take as much time and as much work as some of those bigger circuits do, which is why the bigger circuits get prioritized. So that's sort of the cascading priorities that we have going forward.
That's wrong.
Yeah, Matt, by now, you know, most of the local media has been out to the Douglas Plaza Apartments in Wilkinsburg, and we talked with a number of residents over the past few days. Can you speak to them as to, you know, how, you know, those two buildings out there, the senior care centers you were saying that would get first priority, why they haven't, I don't know if it's on now, but as of last night, it had been 6 days and they were suffering.
Yeah, I can't speak to an individual situation like that. We certainly feel for them, and we certainly are trying to get through the work as quickly as we can. There have been a number of those reports, and we're dispatching crews in 16-hour shifts as quickly as we can to get to them. So I can't speak to that situation specifically, but I do know that our approach is to get to those places as quickly as we can. They might, I don't know how any of them is going to perform in any kind of severe weather situation. We'll be prepared to replace them if we need to. We'll be prepared to repair them if we need to. But that's just our normal stance of operations when it comes to severe weather.